Hi everyone, welcome to Activate Symposium's Social Account Management Workshop. My name is Olatunde Oluwaseyi Victor, popularly known as Osogbo Barber, a Twitter influencer and a page manager. I have been into the influencing job way back 2019, and I have done numerous jobs for different brands as an account manager and as a brand influencer. The whole journey started as me being a social media lover, always wanted to be out there, writing stories and all, till it dawned on me that I could make money off social media. So I started linking up with other micro influencers and big influencers who later turned up to be my go-to persons on Twitter. They started referring me to jobs. We did numerous jobs, most especially during COVID. We worked for Samsung, Nokia, Techno, and individually I've been able to work for the likes of Top Vic Travels and Tours, which is located in Dubai, UAE. I have been able to work with Be Hired Abroad, which is located in UK. I have been able to work with numerous brands as well, aside those two. So today we'll be talking about mastering the art of social media, strategies for effective online engagement. As we all know, social media is the new oil for we youths. The social media space is used for various means. For me, I make money through it by putting our brands out there, putting myself out there, showing people what I am capable of, the things I do, and many more. So there are various ways in which you can strategize to gain traction on social media, and I'll be facing every part of social media, ranging from Twitter to Facebook to Instagram and the likes of TikTok, Snapchat, and the rest. So the first thing you need to know is creating a niche for yourself. You need to pick something you are so much interested in, something you know much about, and you can talk about, even if they decide to wake you up around 4 a.m. to talk about it. Something you're so proud of, you're so proud of, and you can do at any time. So when you put your effort into things like this, into engagements like this, you definitely get noticed. Let's say for example, the last election period, some people were putting themselves out there as political influencers. They kept writing stuff online about the most especially the 3 presidential candidates. Few presidential candidates saw some that I know personally and decided to invest in them so they could help their campaign to the next level and all. So that is them creating a niche for themselves and trying to put themselves out there to make more money and also to get known by whoever needs their service. And secondly, you need to understand that social media is beyond Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. There are the likes of TikTok, Snapchat, and the rest, where you can actually explore too. And if I'm going to tell you, I would like to tell you about TikTok, for example. It is the rave of the moment. Almost everyone, both old, young, adults, and all are there. People and currently people are making more money on TikTok than the likes of Instagram, Twitter, and co. Why? Because it is basically about visual content. And you know, when you do something visually, like people can see you, you can actually demonstrate how to use the product you're trying to put out there, how to effectively the before, the after, and every other thing can actually be shown easily on TikTok. And people who you're trying to lobby into buying your products can actually learn from whatever you're trying to do in terms of the practical while recording the video. So I'll be listing a few strategies in which you can use to gain traction and ensure effective online engagement as an influencer or as a brand. So one of them is creating a niche for yourself. If you're representing a brand, you must be able to focus on the brand all through, like on 100. If, for example, let's say you're working for a salon, whatever you're doing with your page, with the page you're managing or the page you're trying to put out, has to be basically has to be about barbing, pedicure, and the likes. So the second one is understanding that. Another thing is understanding that social media is way beyond the popular Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. There is TikTok now, where you can make millions of naira. So far, you can position yourself strategically, and you can get your goals defined while at it. So the first point I'm going to be analyzing today is the visual content. People love visuals. People love visuals a lot. Back then, when I started doing this influencing thing, there wasn't really room for visual content. People really don't watch videos. You don't really care about what you're trying to say. People rarely watch even YouTube, unless they have something to learn or probably a comic video to watch or anything. But now, visual content is the goal. People want to see the face behind the brand, the face behind whatever brand you're trying to promote. They want to see they want you to demonstrate the usage of the product you're trying to promote. They want you to assure them. Mere looking at you is going to assure them. It's just like meeting someone physically and telling them about a product. The way you convince them, your facial actions, your choice of words has a long way to go. Same has to do with the visual content thing too. So how you demonstrate yourself, how you position yourself, how you analyze or explain how to use the products you're trying to promote matters a lot, as people now invest more. Like they invest more of their time in watching video content than even the written ones. In addition to the point I made earlier, we can see the part of people wanting to know the face behind the brand. We can see it from two angles. Some decide to just hide their face from social media all through, till people start making demand for their face. Now, why do people make demand for their face or anything? It is basically because they've been able to convince them that whatever they represent, whatever they promote, whatever they do is actually authentic. And I can give you cases of two people that I know very well. One of them is, I don't know if anyone got hold of this lady on Twitter, wow, whatever news, one time when she released her own pictures online, and people were like, oh, so this is you. I actually noticed that page after that moment. She's been dropping more visual content because she's basically into storytelling and skit writing. But she's been dropping more visual content, which has been gaining tractions even more than when her face was hidden. So the whole visual content thing is the new market, which everyone is actually investing in. So as an influencer or an intending influencer, you should look into this. Get your camera ready, your microphone, the product you're trying to put out. Even you yourself, you're a product. You can put yourself out there. It's the thing. Look at all these skit makers and the likes. So it's advisable that you follow the trend, and the trend now is visual content creation. Express your niche through visuals. It gives more conversion as compared to the written ones.
Showglass Media International, sets to be Africa's leading multifaceted media company, aimed at harnessing creative minds while hinging on the use of modern media techniques to create eye-raising moments, excellent managerial coverage, and narrative-changing content to individuals worldwide, as well as targeted media platforms, brands, agencies of government, and multinational organizations.
As part of Showglass Media's international efforts, our podcast platform, Things Upon Things, addresses the in-depth of societal issues, while our news and infotainment platform, Hourglass Updates, beams a spotlight on day-to-day activities, just as it is. Another creation of the Showglass Media International is our comedy content promotion platform, Biscuit. Visit our website and check out our content from our YouTube channel, Showglass Media International. We're creating the narratives.
Yeah, so the next point is, they call something clout. Clout helps and it doesn't. It helps if you know how to manage this excessiveness. It doesn't if you don't have a gauge as to how far you can do about it. Don't be reckless with clout chasing. So this actually explains that there are scenarios where people use social media to defame others. you will definitely get your influence through that too, one way or the other, depending on those you're trying to reach out to. But in the long run, your name will be damaged. But let's look at clout in the angle of you trying storytelling. You can write a story that doesn't exist, get people hooked to your page. Like, okay, what is this guy trying to say? Then just at the middle of the story, when they are all carried away, you can just input your brand and your products, your whatever you're trying to promote or anything. People might feel like, oh, so this is the strategy. The next time you try to put out a story, they'll be like, oh, is he going to advertise or something like that? And you end up not advertising. But the fact that your story is captivating, you definitely get some fans who would, whether fiction or not, would want to read whatever you have to say. So it is just social media, and it is just about how you can convince people to get stick to your page. The second point is going to be around clout. I can define clout as a point where you drop controversial topics out there that can bring about different type of discourse. This can go on for days, it can go on for weeks, depending on the topic. And when doing this, you need to understand the kind of audience you have. There are some audience who are actually interested in sexual content, basically. That the only thing they want to see is just write something around something that's going to arouse them or anything. And some are basically about football, some are basically about politics. And when people do this, most times they tend to enter into an argument intentionally, just to create a buzzing topic around what you're trying to promote. Clout goes a long way, depending on how you handle it, depending on how you can handle its excessiveness and how you can control your emotions. Some do it to the extent that people end up knowing the strategy, and that's just the end to the whole thing they are doing. And some do it with common sense. Like, people don't, okay, this person, this is their niche, this is what they do. They try to create a topic around it almost all the time, whether relationship. You know, the age we are now, people talk mostly about celebrities, about relationships, about marriages, sex, and the likes. So there are some influencers that the only thing they face, the only thing they just want to do is all around this topic, knowing that once they drop a topic, people are going to carve out different topic from that same topic. It is going to gain enough attention and attraction on the social media space, irrespective of where it happened. And there's a thing about a topic happening on Twitter, getting the original boost, the real boost on Instagram, TikTok, and the likes. And it do happen on other social media platforms too, where Twitter will be where they discuss the topic, Facebook will be where they discuss the topic and all. So the most important thing when it comes to clout is you knowing your niche, you knowing how far you can go, and you knowing what to put out there. It has to be at least 80% right and 20% wrong, so as to connect. Negativity is going to help as well, in all honesty. My third point is going to be around genuinity. You, as a brand influencer, or as an intending brand influencer, you need to be careful of the brands you promote. You can't do every job. You can't do every work. You can't take every money. It is the honest truth. You might be the rave of the moment. You might be the one everybody is running after, getting all the jobs, doing this, doing that. But there are still some jobs that you don't take. Some might be to probably defame a brand, or probably for someone who has lost their relevance in public and they're trying to revive and all. Things like this will put you in a situation where people will see you as a common enemy, which can actually affect whatever you do after, now, or in the future. Same thing goes to the page you manage after. Same thing goes to everything you do around social media. People are going to definitely give you that tag. Oh, you did this, you did that, you did this, you did that. Oh, you're trying to tell us this is good, whereas this is bad. For example, let's look at all these investment schemes. We all know that most of them are actually not what they tell us to be. But there are still influencers who would run after them because of money, take their jobs, and at the very end, those that have been convinced by those influencers to take these jobs will end up losing their money to the old scheme. You as an influencer, you are losing your relevance gradually. It might not happen immediately, but gradually you start losing your relevance, and with time everything fades away. We've seen some influencers come and they no longer exist, and we've seen some they happened and they have been there right from them till this moment. So the kind of job you take matters a lot in all of this. You don't take every job. You must be very picky when it comes to social media. You can't engage every topic. You can't be on every topic. You can't be on every page. You have to be selective. Why? Fine, I understand that you're trying to get known. You want people to know you. You want people to know this is what you do. This is how good you are. But the most essential thing is you can't do every job. You can't have every money to yourself. So sometimes you should learn to say no, which is very, very, very important. It is key to a long-time relevance.
My people, how una dey? I wan show una better way where you fit dey buy your data all day. No stress, no wahala at all. Them call am Actifate. E dey for Play Store, e dey for App Store. E no dey far away. Buy MTN, Glo or Airtel. E dey for Play Store, e dey for App Store. E no dey far away. Buy MTN, Glo or Airtel. Subscribe your GoTV, DSTV. E go shock you like electric shock. You fit even buy airtime, dem go reward your savings like you never lack. You fit buy MTN, Glo, Airtel data just for shikini money. Yes o, na so jollificate we dey o. E dey for Play Store, e dey for App Store. E no dey far away. Buy MTN, Glo or Airtel.
So if you're still with us, this is Activate Symposium Social Account Management Workshop, and I'm still your favorite influencer, Osogbo Barber. So continuing on the topic, another point I would like to raise is the usage of hashtags. Not everyone understands the usage of hashtags, but I'm going to explain it like in a layman's language. Let's say, for example, you're buying a land. Let's say there is a lot, there is about 100 plots of land somewhere, and you have to just buy, let's say, a plot, or you want to buy 50 plots. One hashtag represents a plot, because, and let's say on each plot there are going to be like, let's say 3 houses on each plot, which are going to be owned by 3 different owners. One hashtag represents a plot. You are owning part of the plot, another person is owning another. Even though the 3 of you are trying to do the same thing with that one plot of land. So hashtag is just like you cementing your place on any of the social media's algorithm. Like, let's say, for example, I want to promote a food business, for example, and we are selling rice for that day. I can start to use rice. Let's say hashtag rice in Osogbo. I can start to use hashtag rice. Hashtag rice in Osogbo means that anyone could actually need food, and they could be here in Osogbo and they're like, oh, I want to buy food. How do I go about it? They might just decide to go, okay, let me just put hashtag food seller or food vendor or rice in Osogbo or anything. And they seeing you there coupled with other vendors is going to go a long way. So that's what I'm trying to explain with the old plot of land thing. Like, you having your own hashtag or your own post is like you owning a piece in that hashtag's algorithm. Wherever it gets to, your brand, your products, whatever you're trying to do is going to reflect there. But hashtags are important, most especially on TikTok, Instagram, even on Twitter it works. But for Twitter, if you're to use hashtags on Twitter, you have to use hashtags that are currently working. On Instagram, you can decide to use an hashtag can last for as long as a year. It is always there. But for Twitter, it is not always there. You can use it today, then tomorrow you won't find it on the old table again. But for Twitter, you can decide to use whatever is reigning at that moment. It could be a keyword, it could be hashtag, it could be anything. So as an influencer, whatever you're trying to promote matters. If it's food, you make your hashtags around food and around the location you're trying to promote it. That's not an hashtag. It's as important as anything, as it gives you a wider audience and it gives you a wider reach, and it makes your job faster on many of these platforms. So another thing is cultivating the habit of dropping your comments on popular posts. This post must be posts that interest you, not just any post. Me, for example, I don't like talking about celebrities. Whenever there is any clash among celebrities, standship, whatever, I don't do all that. But when I see a post probably around them that is gaining enough traction, and me knowing that I have a very, very unique username or unique screen name on all of these social media platforms, I have to go there, drop a comment that is going to attract attention. Why? I actually don't need people's reaction to the post, but what I need is them knowing me, them knowing this is what I do, them knowing that they can actually check my profile, my bio, and see the things I do, and okay, this guy's a barber, this guy is that. Okay, let's check him out and all. So you can't jump on every post, you can't do every post, you can't just go everywhere and drop every comment. Let's use, for example, let's look at Danny Rega, for example. He's everywhere. And in a week he is always on all this Instablog page at least 3 to 4 times in a week. He drops unsolicited advices. Nobody cares about whatever he's saying. But look at his page today. It started with less than 1,000, and today he has about 430,000 followers. Why? People enjoy things like this because we feed a whole lot of negativity. So when you see popular posts that need attention, if you know you have knowledge around football, let's say you have knowledge around football, you can look at all these transfer news, football news, drop your own 2 cents. People would engage, people would see, they would engage. Once they engage, one thing you are gaining is you're gaining followers, you're gaining customers, you're gaining a wider reach, a wider audience, because people are going to see your screen and be like, oh, who's this guy? Oh wow, let's check his page. So from there you get known, and most times it's not about the number of followers, it's about the number of tractions you can actually give. It's about the number of conversion you can give. It's about the number of audience you can reach. So it's all around that. And like I said again, you don't have to jump on every post. You don't have to jump on every popular post. You have to be very, very, very selective, because sometimes people might not be in the right mood. You might be dropping the right thing for the wrong people. So you need to read the room as well while doing all this. But believe me, dropping comment on popular posts helps a whole lot. Okay guys, hope you're still with me. We're still on Activate Symposium's Social Account Management Workshop, and this is still Osogbo Barber, the popular barber in Osogbo. So the last point I have to make as regards the strategies you need to put in place in order to reach a wider audience, in order to gain more engagement, in order to get popular. The last point is actually not so popular, but it's I have actually tested it and it's working. Even if it requires you paying for your page to be verified, do it. There is this thing on Twitter, for example, now where verified pages get more attention than those that are not verified. Even in comment boxes, people tend to see your post, your response, more than those that are not verified. Same thing with your post originally. People tend to see what you're posting more than those that are not verified. Your post comes first before others because you're paying for the service. So if you can get your page verified, it goes a long way in putting you ahead of many others. It goes a long way in showing people that okay, this page is good, and once you're verified, no one can actually open a page in your name with your name or anything. So definitely you are distinct in your profession, in what you're trying to do, in everything you're trying to do. So if you have the chance, if you have the money, if you have the resources and everything, get your page verified. It puts you ahead, even on Instagram, even on every other page. People will be interested. We're like, okay, this is a verified source. We want to listen to what they have to say. We want to see what they have to do. They can't be doing this while they know they are faking it out there. So that's the essence. And being something I have tested and I have tried, I did it for a month and I could see the difference it brought to my page. There were more attention, I gained numerous followers, enough attention, people were ready to read from me and all that. So it's a good one.
Are you in search of affordable yet quality office, home, and outdoor furniture to serve different purposes? Then look no further. Art Deco Interior and Furniture Limited is the ultimate brand you have been searching for, ranging from office chair and table, dining set, luxury sofa chairs, Chesterfield sofa, hall and church chairs, transparent chairs, banquet chairs, outdoor furniture and garden seats, saloon furniture, student desk and writing chairs, bookshelf and cabinet, gaming furniture like snooker, table tennis boards, and many more. Visit us at any of our branches in Agumbelewo, Alekuwodo, Fakunle, Oshumol, Osogbo, and Ile-Ife, or call us on 0803-510-5891. Once again, 0803-510-5891. You can also browse our extensive collection online at www.shop.artdeco.com.ng. Elevate your living space with Art Deco, where style meets sophistication.
Okay, so lastly, guys, I would love to do a recap on everything I've said so far. I made mention of utilizing cloud to your own benefit. I made mention of you looking at the new oil of social media, which is the visual content creation. We've looked at the genuinity of you yourself, what you're trying to do, what you're trying to achieve, you creating a niche for yourself and following it to the core. We've also looked at you verifying your page as it puts you ahead of others. And lastly, I would like to point that becoming a social media influencer is not an easy task. It is not a day job. Sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you're not. But while at it, be very, very careful of what you put out there. Be very, very careful of the things you say. Be very, very careful of how you use your page and what you use your page for. Be very, very careful of the deal you go into. You can't have all this to yourself. Be very, very careful of your name, your reputation, what you're trying to protect, what you're trying to do, what you're trying to achieve, and at the same time make money. You know what you're capable of, you know what you can do, you know your ability, you know your capability, charge based on that. So I would like to thank everyone for having me on the Actifate Symposium, the social account management workshop. I was there last year, I am here this year, and I really want to appreciate the organizers too. I hope every point I have reached and every lessons learned are put into use. Social media is slippery, and at the same time, it's of great advantage if it is well utilized. So all points should be jotted. There are a lot of things to learn, and believe me, don't look down on yourself. Don't berate yourself for anything. You can actually become that influencer you want to become. It is easy. It is possible. And I'm here to wish everyone a happy World Youth Skills Day. If you are interested in learning social media account management, activate it today. Thank you.